Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be comparing 3 different magnetic eyeliners, and I do have a video up of using the Lash liner system, which was, I think, the original kind of inventor of the magnetic liner with the magnetic lashes. So I will link that down below in the description box if you want to watch that. I will be mentioning it and kind of comparing it throughout the demo, but I will not be applying it in this video since I've already experienced it. So the 3 brands that I'm going to be comparing is Kiss, Eylure, and Ardell. Now I've already kind of watched some videos and read some reviews, and so I've seen that Eylure has the worst kind of feedback and reviews, and people really don't like that one. So I'm really curious to see just how bad it is, and really interested to see how they all compare to each other. I think it's great that drugstore brands have come out with the magnetic liners, which I mentioned in my lash liner video that I was excited to see drugstore brands make these more affordable than the lash liner system and the Moxie Lash. So I wanted to read off some of the information on these boxes and see how they vary, and they do have just a little bit slightly different application directions, which I wanted to make sure that I was applying these correctly based on the formula. So this is what's on the Kiss box. It has double strength magnets on 5 points, line lash done, then a little illustration that says secure hold, and on the back it says make sure to shake the bottle before use. It says 2 easy steps: line with Kiss magnetic eyeliner along the lash line and wait until formula is dry. 2. Lash right onto the applied eyeliner. And again, they stress some more about how it's with enhanced and intensified magnetism. These double strength magnets will stay locked in place from day to night. Now the Eylure box says no glue needed, fall mink accent, and it says 5-minute application. Okay. 15 wears and long lasting. And on the back it has a little before and after, and step 1 is apply liner and allow to dry. Then step 2, apply 2 more coats. Step 3, apply magnetic lash to liner. Safe for daily wear, easy and gentle removal. So I thought it was interesting that they basically tell you to put on 3 layers of this eyeliner. I feel like that's already not a good sign. The Ardell box says easy to apply, no adhesive needed, long lasting, waterproof, paraben and latex free, and it has photos of 2-step application, apply magnetic gel liner, reusable, and it says patent pending. I'm a little curious how they can patent it when Lash liner and Moxie already have it. And on the box it says apply 2 coats of magnetic gel liner along the upper lash line. Step 2, place magnetic lashes on magnetic gel liner while liner is still semi-wet and gently press down to secure. So here I think it's interesting that they're telling you to wait for it to be semi-dry. That kind of defeats the purpose. But anyways, I digress, so now let's get into the demo and I will give you my kind of summed up final thoughts at the end of the video. So I put on an eye base that I set just to cover some staining and start off with a clean base. I'm not going to be doing any eyeshadow. So my left eye, I'm going to do the Eylure London magnetic eyeliner. I've already watched videos, as I might have mentioned, and I know that this one sucks. And I'm going to be following the directions of each of these because they do vary just a tiny bit. So I want to make sure that I'm doing it right and giving them their best chance. This one is a liquid eyeliner, similar to the lash liner system, which I definitely prefer this over the Ardell because the Ardell is a gel liner that you have to apply, and I don't really like using gel liners, so there's a ton of it on the brush. And I did shake the bottle just to make sure everything's mixed. I do really like the brush. It's very easy to get a nice, precise line. I'm going to do a pretty thick eyeliner just to make sure that there's enough for the lashes to stick down to. So the lash that I got is just an accent lash, so it has only 3 magnets on it. That brings me hope that this is more likely to stick because I don't have to worry about it sticking down in my inner corner. So eyeliner feels like it's dry. I can tell already that I cannot really feel the magnetization. So this coat is dry. It says on this one to apply 1 coat, let it dry, and then apply 2 more coats. So that's a lot of eyeliner. and that's a lot of time. I think in that time you'd be able to use the lash glue and apply regular false lashes. So I'm gonna go in with a second coat. The problem that I had layering a magnetic eyeliner with the lash liner system was that it was just too thick and it ended up just peeling off because there's too many layers on it. Just waiting for that to dry. And I'm just gonna test the magnetization now, and then I'll do a third layer like it says, but I'm curious. I feel like the tiniest amount of magnetization in the corner here, but really small compared to the lash liner system where I could really feel it. So this is not obviously sticking at all. This is sticking very little. So I'm definitely gonna go in with the third coat. I feel like I can see that the liner's getting really textured. You know, when you put too many layers on your lid and all the eye wrinkles just show right through. I forgot to mention if the lash liner has a scent, which it just does a little bit, but it's not like gross and overpowering like the Duo Lash Glue, for example. Okay, third layer is dry. You can feel it magnetizing just a little bit more, especially on the outer corner here. But it keeps popping up every time I blink, and it just keeps popping up there. I'm actually surprised that it's staying here. I'm actually really surprised that it's staying down right here, because that's where like my lid starts to really curve, so that's where I would think it would lift, not in my outer corner. So since it's lifting on my outer corner, I'm gonna go and just add one more layer and see if that helps. You know what, I'll just add another layer, but really only focus it close to my lash line. Alright, that seems to be dry. I'm gonna be using my hands. So it is sticking, and the outer corners aren't really lifting as much, so it's not bad, not bad. Not really a fan of this style. I feel like I would like a little bit more oomph in the outer corner. So actually, let me try something. I'm gonna use the Lash Liner System lashes because they have 4 magnets on them, and I'm gonna put those on. Since they're basically the same thing, they have the same magnets on them. And just to see how it would stick in my inner corner here. That actually stuck really well. And despite all the coats, the liner's not like thick like the lash liner one. So yeah, not bad, but the outer corner is popping up a little bit. So these are not really like foolproof, but I like the style better. So overall not bad, but I'm not really sure how these would last. I think the corner will just keep popping up. So next I'm gonna try the Ardell magnetic lashes. And this is a pot of eyeliner in a little jar. It actually looks like such little amount the way that this jar is, and it comes with a little brush like this, which I'm actually impressed. The brush looks pretty nice, maybe a little too thick. Okay, so right off the bat it's really thick and almost dry, and it's tugging a lot. It like does not want to spread out, so this is not going to be a beautiful eyeliner. So I feel like this would mess up your eyeshadow if you had any on. Yeah, it's like dried on the brush already. And this one says you're supposed to apply 2 layers of it. I don't know about that. And this is the style I got for these. Only 3 magnets, just kind of like, so I do only have 1 coat on, but I'm just curious if it will stick. Oh, this is strong. You can really feel this is much stronger. I can already feel the magnetization compared to the Eylure, but not strong enough. So let me go in with a second coat. I can't really tell if I'm doing anything. I'm gonna focus the second coat closest to my lash line. You can tell. I'm gonna show you what it looks like in the little pot. And that transferred a little bit up here. And for this one, it does say to apply it while the liner is still semi-wet and to gently press down and secure it. I feel like that's why it's so sticky, because it's basically just like a glue. Because of the way the magnets are, it's really like sticking down this way, so my lashes are like downwards versus up. This one definitely sticks a lot better. Nothing is lifting and blinking, and it's staying fine. Not a huge fan of this style either, so I'm going to try on the lash liner ones just like I did with the other eye. And you can see I took it off and it took off some of the liner. And these are sticking down really easily too. So unlike the other lashes, these are not like staying facing this way. They're actually nice and fluttery up. Maybe it's just the way that they were made. So these are staying really well. I think if this eyeliner wasn't so sticky and hard to work with, it would be actually really nice. These feel really secure on there. I don't see any lifting. Pretty pleased with it, but I don't know if I would want to use this on top of a look. Right, I'm back and we're gonna do the Kiss magnetic eyeliner. And this one, just like the Eylure one, comes in a little tube. And this one says to just shake it and then apply it and wait for it to dry. So it doesn't say anything about layering, so hopefully you won't have to layer a lot. And this one has a pretty much the same smell as the Eylure one. Oops. Nice skinny brush. A little ham with this wing, unintentionally, but this one applies really easy. So while that's drying, I do have a couple of styles. I have this one, very natural, and has 5 magnets on it. And I like that they have a lot of styles to choose from. And then this one, natural but a little bit more dramatic. And then this one's a bit more glam. It's been a couple of minutes and it's still a little bit tacky, but no product is lifting up, so I think it's safe. It might just be the way it sets. So I'm gonna take the Allure Lash. That's this one. This one's very light. You can see the band is very thin. Looks like it's gonna be too long for my lash line. This is going on very easily and smoothly, and it's sticking down, and it feels pretty secure. I will trim off one of the magnets. So now, unfortunately, because there's such a large gap between this magnet and the last magnet, that would look strange. So I'm gonna have to trim it at the 3rd magnet. So I'm left with a much shorter lash now, which I think is still fine, but I don't like having lashes too close to my inner corner. I think these are a little too natural for me, and it's like, what's the point of putting them on, because I can't really tell the difference. But they're sticking on really well. They feel super lightweight. So now let me try some of the heavier ones. And again, it's too long, so I'm gonna have to trim it. I wish the outer magnets were a little closer together, like on the lash liner, because then when you cut one off, you have one right next to it. This stuck down very easily, very quickly, but this inner one is lifting. So I'm gonna put on a little bit more of the eyeliner there. And I might as well just extend it all the way. Alright, that took some time to dry down and it's still a little tacky, but I think it should be fine. Something else that's really handy about this concept is you can easily just like move them around without worrying about the glue. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but this one is definitely much more secure. So I think that looks really nice, and I would definitely wear that. So next I'm gonna try the Crowd Pleaser lashes, and I can already tell they're too long. But let's just put them on anyway. Just need to trim them a little bit. They look amazing though already, I can tell. These are much thicker. And because of that, they're gonna be harder to bend. Yeah, they're gonna be lifting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go like this to try and, run them out. They snapped on so fast. It's definitely sticking down, but I don't know if I would trust that for like windy times. I feel like it's not too secure down there, so I would probably add another layer if I was to wear these out. But I love this lash style. It's very nice and long and glam. I'm not going to put on the lash liner system because I already have a dedicated video to that, so you can watch that. I will link that down in the description box. So now I'm going to zoom you guys out, and we're going to talk about my final thoughts. So after trying these 3 different magnetic liners as well as the lash liner system, I think I have a pretty good idea on what's working and what's not. So starting at the bottom, I think Eylure is the worst one because the magnetic liner is just so weak. However, I do like that it's in a tube with a brush applicator and it's very liquidy and it gives you a lot of precision, but the major downfall is that you have to keep layering it and layering it and layering it for the lashes to stick, and that makes me doubt on how they would stick throughout the day. So that one's definitely my least favorite. I don't think it's as bad as I've read in the reviews, and I actually think I prefer this one over the lash liner magnetic. I actually think I prefer this one over the lash liner system magnetic liner because that one you had to layer as well, but that one was really clumpy, while this one just looked a little bit thicker once you were applying more layers, but it wasn't as bad as the lash liner system. And that one also had the issue. So I think the lash liner system is really on the bottom for me, and then Eylure, and then it's between the Ardell and the Kiss. Now Ardell would have been really good had it not been a really weird gel cream formula where it was really thick and it was tugging on my skin, and I really couldn't get a nice sharp wing like with a liquid liner in a tube. So I think this is such a huge downfall of it, and I would be worried about the Ardell liner kind of disturbing the eyeshadow because it just tugs and pulls so much, and the fact that you have to put 2 coats of it on is just really unrealistic because I can barely put on just the 1 layer. So I think Eylure and Ardell are kind of on the same level. They both have their major cons but also major pros. So obviously that leaves Kiss to be my favorite. I think that one worked really well. It's a liquid formula, and it's very magnetized, so the lashes stuck onto it. I did end up putting on a 2nd layer, but I don't mind that because it doesn't look thick like the lash liner system, and these more glamorous lashes were able to stick onto it even on the inner corner just fine. I did do pretty thick wings, but I think you could definitely just line the lash line and do a much thinner wing as long as you had enough eyeliner down in the inner corner where the inner corner magnet of the lash would go. But the fact that you have to do an eyeliner in order for these to work is kind of a huge downfall for me because I don't really wear eyeliner anymore. I used to, like a while ago, I couldn't go a day without wearing eyeliner, but nowadays I just can't be bothered. I prefer much more blown out, blended out eyeshadow looks. And I did want to mention that the 5-minute application claim on the Eylure box is a complete lie because you have to wait for 3 coats of magnetic liner to dry and then put the lashes on. So I think that's highly unrealistic. I feel like I was just sitting there waiting for this liner to dry down, and in that time I could have put on regular falsies with regular glue on both my eyes. And something else that I mentioned in my lash liner system video was about the placement of the magnets on the lashes. I don't like that they're on kind of the inside of the lash line versus like on the edge, because the way I put on regular lashes with glue is I stick down the thinnest edge, which is what gives them that seamless look. And I feel like because the way the magnets are, they kind of lay down flat, so they're not sticking up and out like your lashes. They're like laying down flat and going up. But I think that's something that's gonna kind of evolve as more brands make these, as they get feedback from people that bought them and tried them out. So I'm looking forward to where these go in another year or 2 or 3, and hopefully they will keep improving these. And so that is all for today's video. So let me know in the comments below if you've tried any magnetic liners and what you thought about them. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.